Finally in the new place. Just a very quick tour, because to be honest, that's not the important thing, and I had to start it obviously with a wardrobe behind me in the bedroom as I go towards the rather dark hallway, unfortunately. But the light and airy living room, new space. Unfortunately, there is a fan in the background because it's bloody warm, if you haven't noticed. And I don't seem to be able to find my tripod, so I'm going to put you down there and hope you don't fall. Oh. So there you are. So your little Dutch, which isn't, just a description of the angle, not anything against those from the Netherlands. But yeah, so big shout out to Terry and Hemp Valkyrie. Awesome guy. Hopefully you'll be seeing or hearing a lot more from him in the future, as we potentially might have a few ideas together for helping out with the move, as well as various family members too. But what I really wanted to talk about today was something I've looked at it a lot in the past, and it's something I've been looking at again recently, and that is these whole cop block videos and things like that, which are good because obviously it's promoting accountability by the forces, for what they're doing basically. Which ideally is obviously looking after the public. That's what the oath to the oaths to the Constitution or whatever in whatever country of residence you happen to be in. It is so. That's what they should be doing. However, with a lot of these cop block videos and even certain media stories, which is amazing because hell, the media are putting something truthful. It's weird, huh? But anyway, so with a lot of those, we are seeing that in fact they are more supporting the corporations, the little companies that are lining their pockets, basically. Where almost they are becoming a publicly funded private security force. That's not right. As I say, their directive, their whole raison d'etre, to quite poorly for me actually, use the French term there, their whole reason to exist is to protect the public. That's what they're for. They are there to protect you and I, Mr. or Mrs. or non-gender specific honorific taxpayer. That's what they're for. They are there to protect and help us. So as I say, I've been looking at a lot of these cop block things, and about sort of cases, particularly in the US, unfortunately, obviously where guns are a thing, where they're kind of shutting down open carries. And whilst I fully concur with people's views, obviously, on the Second Amendment rights, I do kind of see, unfortunately, in a lot of those cases that the police are kind of trying to just get some information. Sometimes they are doing something right, which I'll get to in a moment. But I do see a lot of this where they're seemingly trying to impede lawful citizens going about their business. That's it. Just human beings like you and I, just trying to exist. And when that's being impeded by those who are meant to protect and basically uphold those rights, weird, then that's a problem, and that does need to be looked at. That does need accountability. People do need to be held accountable for whatever actions they are undertaking in those roles of protecting the public. So when you see them kind of being very aggressive sometimes, just basically very thuggish behaviour, it's very disheartening. Now, sometimes, I said I was going to get to this, sometimes people aren't helping themselves. So if you are considering, I'm always on the alert Fortunately, I haven't found a situation yet where I've had to step in and I've had to look into it. But I'm always on the alert whenever I see police involvement to make sure everything is being done lawfully, not for the betterment of corporations or private businesses, but as long as the public interests are being upheld. That's all I'm looking out for. And as I say, fortunately I haven't been in a situation where I've had to step in, hence why I've not really been sharing any videos of that nature. But that's it. You see, I wait to see if there's anything wrong. I don't go in assuming there's something wrong, and that's unfortunately what some people are doing. And in some situations, it is creating a combative environment. Whilst there are corrupt individuals in various levels of government and law enforcement, by the same token, because they're humans, there are wonderful people who actually are trying to do their job in the proper sense of protecting the public and the public's interests, the property, body, etc. of the public. And sometimes those people are being harassed trying to carry out their lawful duties. I don't condone this. I just want to say that right now. If there are lawful activities definitely being conducted, if you're not sure on the surface, monitor, go up, question, whatever. The police have a duty to report to the public. As I say, if you are a taxpayer, you are funding them. No matter what they say, if they're like, "Oh, you're not paying my wages. You directly don't pay my wages." Well, yes, okay, I don't directly come round and go, "There's your money. Thanks for doing your job." But without me and all others like me doing that, you wouldn't have those wages. You wouldn't have this job. Would you still be doing it? So, as I say, even though it's not a direct thing, they are still accountable to the public, and sometimes, reminding them of this is fair. But like I say, if you do need to go up and verify what they're doing is lawful, that's fine. But don't go up with the assumption that they are doing something unlawful. Don't assume that they are screwing over the little guy. Some of them, like I say, are genuine human beings doing what's right, and they should be applauded. If they are lumped together with the corrupt, with the unjust, with the abusers, then expect to be combated, really, on your perception of what they're doing as wrong. Because if they're not doing anything wrong, then why should they be given such treatment? By the flip side, if you had a police officer coming up to you, like some of these videos show, when you are doing nothing wrong, you are just going about your lawful business as a citizen, then you don't like being interfered with. As I say, if they are being lawful and above board and doing everything right, let them do their job. By all means, stand by as a legal observer and let them know that you're doing that. Bit of common courtesy. And also better safety and what have you on your point. Also, you're showing that you are willing to take responsibility for your actions. You are saying, well, okay, if I'm going to hold you accountable, maybe I need to kind of say, well, this is what I'm here for, this is what I'm doing. So, there's transparency here. And to be honest, that opens up better avenues for that interaction, and ideally for a dialogue if that's what you want. If you want to actually engage them once they have performed whatever duties they're doing, that's possibly quite helpful. So, like I say, accountability of public servants, good. Harassment of people going about lawful activity, bad, whether they are wearing a costume or not. Okay? So, by all means, as I say, go and do it. Document any corruption you find at any level, because really, only by documenting it, making it known, making it public, making them actually have to deal with it, will we properly stamp it out. consenting and allowing it to continue doesn't help. That just makes it worse. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do this, that's fine. Just remember to look after each other, really, and be safe. And as always, take care.